Credit card debt can feel like a weight you carry forever. Today, I'm sharing a simple, repeatable plan to wipe it out faster than you expect. This isn't magic. It's a practical sprint you can start this month using a few clear steps and steady habits. First, you need a clear picture of what you owe and what it costs. List every card, the current balance, the minimum payment, and the interest rate. Add up the total debt and the total minimums each month. This is your debt map, and you'll use it to guide every decision. Next, build a small dashboard you can check every week. Create a short sheet or note with each card's name, balance, minimum, APR, due date, and your target payoff date. Keep it simple. The goal is visibility, not complexity. A simple glance should tell you if you're ahead or behind. Set a target for the sprint. If possible, aim to pay everything off in 90 days. If that's not realistic, push for 120 days and set a concrete monthly target. Write down the exact payoff date and track progress toward it. Small milestones matter when you're trying to change a habit. Now cut expenses and free up cash. Start with non-essential spending and pick a fixed amount to cut each month. For example, cut dining out by $40 a week or pause one monthly subscription you rarely use. The point is to convert every saved dollar into debt repayment. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. Find extra income to accelerate the plan. A side gig, selling unused items, or taking odd jobs can add hundreds of dollars a month. Even a little extra money makes a big difference when you apply it straight to the debt. Decide in advance where that money will go and don't let it slip away. Automate what you can. Set up automatic minimum payments to avoid late fees and a separate automatic extra payment scheduled on your payday. By timing the extra payment right after you get paid, you reduce the chance you'll need the money for something else. Automation makes the commitment real. Use a hybrid debt attack. Start with the highest APR card and pay as much as you can there while paying the minimums on the others. This is the avalanche part. It shrinks the most expensive debt first, which saves money over time. Then, when you hit a smaller balance, you quickly bring that card to zero to boost momentum. But don't ignore the quick wins. If a card has a tiny balance and a reasonable rate, consider paying it off on a faster track to celebrate progress. Clearing a balance to zero gives a mental boost and keeps you motivated to stay on the plan. Treat windfalls as debt fuel. If you get a tax refund, a bonus, or money from selling something, commit it all to debt repayment until you're through the sprint. The elasticity of your payoff depends on how much of these one-time funds you apply toward the debt, not how much you earn in a single month. Negotiate with your lenders. Call or write to ask for a lower APR, a temporary hardship program, or a targeted offer like a 0% balance transfer with a reasonable transfer fee. Explain that you're committed to paying off the debt and ask what they can do to help you win. It can take a few attempts, but a patient, respectful approach often pays off. Balance transfers can be a useful tool, but use them carefully. If you can qualify for a 0% period long enough to pay off the balance, and you're sure you won't rack up new charges, a transfer can buy time. Read the fine print, transfer fees, the length of the 0% window, and what happens after the promotional period ends. Have a concrete payoff plan before you move money. Stop taking on new debt. This means not charging groceries you can't pay off in the same month, not buying bigger ticket items you can't cover with a plan, and avoiding new lines of credit. If you need a pause, consider freezing or removing access to credit temporarily. Momentum fades quickly when new debt appears. Keep an emergency fund, but be pragmatic. A small cushion, like $1,000, can prevent a new debt surge if something unexpected happens. If your debt payoff timeline is tight, prioritize the debt sprint first and build a larger fund only after you're out of the woods. The idea is to reduce risk without stalling progress. Check progress weekly, review every Sunday or on your chosen day. Update balances, adjust the extra payment if you've got more or less money, and celebrate small wins. The weekly rhythm keeps the plan alive and stops drift before it becomes excuses. Here's a simple example to make the math concrete. Imagine 3 cards. Card A, $4,600 at 22% APR with a $120 minimum. Card B, $2,300 at 19% APR with a $60 minimum. Card C, $800 at 25% APR with a $25 minimum. Your total debt is around $7,700. Your minimums total about $205 a month. You decide to sprint with $600 extra each month. The plan is to direct $420 to Card C, the highest APR, until it's paid off, then roll that $420 into Card A, and finally tackle Card B. The remaining $180 a month covers the minimums on the other cards and any small expenses that come up. If you pay exactly as planned, card C could be gone in about 2 months, card A in a couple more, and card B shortly after. The exact timeline shifts with your numbers, but the method stays the same. What if your situation is tighter? Start with an affordable target, maybe $300 a month of extra payments. Use the same order of operations. Attack the highest APR first, celebrate the small wins, and slowly increase the extra payment whenever your budget allows. The key is consistency, not perfection. Small, steady progress compounds over time. A few common mistakes to avoid. Don't ignore the minimum payments. They keep the debt from growing and prevent penalties that would derail the plan. Don't mix debt and new purchases. Every new charge should be treated as a separate line item with a clear payoff plan. Don't rely on a single strategy forever. If interest rates drop or your finances improve, adjust the plan to maximize speed and minimize cost. As you apply these steps, you'll notice a shift not just in debt numbers, but in how you think about money. You'll start to see choices as investments in your future rather than inconveniences in the moment. When debt becomes a smaller part of your life, you can reallocate funds towards savings and investing. The habits you build during this sprint become the foundation for long-term wealth. If you're serious about building wealth, view debt payoff as a bridge to investing, not a wall you push against forever. Once the debt is on a clear downward path, start channeling the savings you unlock into an emergency fund, a retirement account, or a long-term investment plan. The faster you reduce high-interest debt, the more money you have to invest in your future. This approach isn't about overnight gains. It's about a repeatable system you can run again and again. The moment you finish a sprint, you set a new target and start the next one. The goal is not just to pay off debt, but to shift the money you were spending on interest into money you can grow through investments and savings. If you found this approach useful, consider making it your own. Adapt the numbers to your actual debt, APRs, and monthly income. The structure stays the same: map, target, cut, earn, automate, attack, and adjust. The more you practice this, the sharper your instincts become for money and momentum. Remember, debt payoff is a habit in disguise. It trains you to plan, to be exact about numbers, and to delay gratification for a bigger payoff later. The discipline you develop now will spill over into every other area of money and life. It's not glamorous, but it works when you show up consistently. So if you want to get out of debt faster and set yourself up for smarter money decisions, start your sprint this month. Make your debt map, set a target, cut expenses, find the extra cash, and attack with the highest APR first. Automate what you can and keep your sights on the future you want to build. If you've tried something similar or you have questions about your exact situation, drop a comment below. I read every note and will try to tailor tips to common scenarios. Share what's worked for you or what you're worried about so we can figure it out together. If you like this video, hit the like button and consider subscribing for more practical money plans. I post weekly, focusing on straightforward steps you can take now to improve money management and build lasting wealth. Thanks for watching and for joining me on this practical debt sprint. Like, subscribe, and comment with your debt payoff plan or a question you want me to break down in the next video.